Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me be one of the first to congratulate all of you. And let me also be one of the first to thank you for the service that you'll be rendering for this city. And so my thanks want to go out to Cadet Class 2017C. There are 45 that are sitting before me. And so let me welcome you to the city of Houston. Let me also just say that as a firefighter for the city of Houston, you'll be called on for many, many different tasks. On occasions, you'll be called out to go to fires and to rescue people. If it's not a fire, it could be to inspect buildings. And there are a lot of buildings in the city of Houston, and there are a lot of things in these buildings we don't know exist, but you'll be called out to inspect them. Then there'll be occasions when you'll be called out. If you're assigned to, for example, EMS, people find themselves sick or in need of medical services, you'll be called out to assist them. And I know how special that can be because on a personal note, my mom, for example, who suffered with Alzheimer's for many, many years, there were many times when the calls were made to the Houston Fire Department EMS units, went out on many, many occasions. And so I know how grateful and thankful people can be and will be when they see you. Then there'll be times when you'll be called out when there's rain that falls, and a lot of it, storms and flood, just like the Hurricane Harvey a couple of months ago. And that one I'll remember for a very long time. No one would have thought 51 inches would have fallen on the city of Houston, 27 trillion gallons of water. And then you were asked to respond when myself and others were telling people to stay off the roads and stay at home. But first responders were out there on the streets and rescuing people many times in their homes, on their roofs, all times of the day. And then there'll be many times when you'll be called upon and put yourself in harm's way. Again, I'll never forget firefighters and others who were going to flooding waters, walking through muddy water, not knowing what they were walking in, or whether or not there was a manhole cover that was off, or in some cases, for example, when people's power was on, their homes were, the first floor of their homes were flooded, and when firefighters were approaching, they could feel the tingling sensation in the boats because of the electricity that was in the water. So I want to thank you in advance. I want to thank you in advance for your service. I certainly recognize that there are many people who would desire to be firefighters, but not everyone is capable of being a firefighter. And so out of the many who desire, only a few, a select few, are actually chosen. And only a select few can go through the training, the intensive training that you have gone through. So on behalf of 2.3 million Houstonians, and so many others who will be visiting our city, so many others who live in the surrounding area, let me thank you in advance for your service. Let me ask that you keep yourself safe, because it's my prayer that at the end of your shift, that you will go home safely to your families. I want to thank Chief Samuel Pinion and the command staff for the work that they have done and for the work that they will continue to do. And I know that they will do everything within their power to make sure that you have what you need in order to do your work. But I do want you to know that from the city of Houston, we appreciate you stepping up, coming forth, offering yourselves for service to benefit men, women, families, children, elderly, babies, you name it, whatever their needs may be. And this is a grateful city, and we are grateful that you have decided to be a Houston firefighter. Thank you.